Okay, I'm going to be reviewing the what is to be included in the sale of the waterfalls for sale in Delphi Falls, New York. If we review the data tab, we can see that if you scroll down here, you can take a look at the property diagram. This is the house, this is the barn, this is the lower falls, this is the upper falls. The red line represents the overall property that is for sale. If you buy the entire property, it is $925,000. Or you can purchase a portion of the property, which includes everything inside the red line, for $699,000, with the exception of a driveway easement to this 0.81 acre parcel that has a small house on it that needs repair. And also there is an easement for the hydropower plant, which we can click here and see this information on the hydropower plant. Here's all the improvements that consists of that hydropower plant. And what it is it's a pipeline that's run from a pool above the upper falls through the woods on down to a powerhouse that's hidden in the woods down by the creek below the lower falls. It is a 16-inch pipe, I believe. It has a 14-inch interior, and you can read more about the power generating capabilities of that on this page that you see right here. Currently configured for, I believe, 32.5 kilowatts, but it has the potential to do 75 kilowatts. And again, you can see the details of that in this page. So again, for $699,000, you get the entire parcel, excluding this 0.81 acres, and an easement to this driveway that will come into this driveway. You'd probably want to put a few trees to obscure, if you didn't purchase this portion, just grow a few trees to maintain the privacy that you have with this extended driveway that goes in. And what you're doing is you're giving the easement to the power plant to be maintained. So periodically, someone would need to go into this powerhouse to do some maintenance on the system, or to work on the pipe itself. And if you'd like to inquire about all that as to what how often that would be, we can have you discuss that with the engineer. Again, you can see the data tab, which has all the MLS data and descriptions of what comes with the property and what does not come with the property. But what does come with the property is a 65-foot waterfall, the lower falls. Then the upper falls is 52 feet high. There is 66 acres, and through this point, you would own both sides of the creek up to this point. Another neighbor owns this over here, so they have a little bit of access to the upper falls, and then all this other area here. There is some debate as to where this property line is. I've heard that it actually goes to this other ridge, but that would have to be confirmed. And you can see the various diagrams. Here's a topographical map. The house is in this area right here, and the waterfalls are right about here and here. And what these are is GPS markings to the survey marks on that 0.1 acre parcel. There is enough room for a path to get through without people actually walking on this parcel if they want to hike through the woods to go above the middle and upper falls. So this parcel does not interfere with the ability to come up through this area. And you can look at it from different angles. But it's from the edge of this parcel to the edge of the ravine. There's a 20 to 30 foot space for a path to get through there, so that and the house is set back in this area here a little bit. So there's plenty of room, and also you'll want to see that the parcel has access to the other side of the creek through this area. You'd have to build some roads, and potentially you could have access to the property from this area here. That would have to be negotiated. The property line ends about 30 feet from this road. So to get access to this side, we'd have to make some arrangements there. But there's a total of 66 acres that comprise both sides of the creek and the gorge, and so on and so forth. And in the details of the house, you can see there's a three-dimensional rendering of the house. You can walk through the rendering and see a floor plan and three-dimensional view. That will take a minute to come up. And I'll go to the floor plan view. Let's see here. The floor plan would be right here. That's the second level. Here's the first level. And this is the outside deck, and this is the kitchen and living room, and they look out through here to the waterfalls. There is a TV room here, a bedroom here. This used to be a bedroom. Right now they use it for a workroom. This is the master bedroom suite. There's a fireplace. There's a jacuzzi in the master bath. There's a bath at the end of this hallway to deal with these bedrooms here. And then on the second level, there is another master bedroom suite where there's a full bath and shower here, and actually a divider here for a bed here, and then a master bedroom suite here with plenty of closet space. Back down to the first level, we'll go back to the dollhouse view, and you can see the whole layout of the house and enter each room and walk right through it. Or you can just click over here and see the interior photos for the entire property, and it has some descriptions as to what those all are. This photo here shows that from the living room, you see right out to the waterfalls. We have some nice manicured grounds. We have some historical photos of the waterfalls over the years. This is a sketch done in 1857. And there's an interesting feature up here in a waterfall where it's very squared off, and it's like that to this day. It must be very hard rock. And here's an old photo when there's significant water going through. This is the upper falls. This one is 52 feet high. This was way back in 1906. They had some cows running around at the lower falls. This is also the lower falls in an undated postcard. And back in the 1920s, they had a pavilion here and all kinds of picnicking going on. As you can see, this feature going around the side is still there today. And here's the lower falls in wintertime, completely frozen over. This is the upper falls, frozen over. And this is Doreen and Bill Allen, 1962. They purchased this property in 1960, and Doreen is selling it today. And these are three of her four children. And here are some paintings that were done and held by the Historical Society of the Falls. And here's a picture from 2006 after a storm, some very significant water going through. Anyway, all the tabs are obvious. The aerial photos are from an airplane, and you can get a feel for the layout and how the house lays to the waterfalls, and the extent of the waterfalls, and how the driveway lays out to the road. That easement goes up into the woods through here. That we talked about. It's got a 50 foot by 50 foot barn right by the creek, and there's a little addition out here with all glass, so you have nice views of the creek while you're working in your workshop. Here's a gorge a little farther up the creek. Yeah, so here's the house, lower falls, upper falls, gorge around the corner. So there's just a lot of acreage in there. A couple potential building locations. You'd have to build some roads, but there's a couple spots that would be beautiful to to have views of the lower falls through here, and potentially the upper falls up through here, and perhaps on this side. Yeah, here's a look through the gorge, and here's the main road, cuts into the driveway. This is Cardiner Road. This goes over to Route 80. This cuts back to Delphi Falls. If you turn up this road here, it's about 8 miles or so to Cazenovia. Let's see, we'll take a look at the drone photos. And here's that sharp cut of the rock, as I'd mentioned in that 1857 photo, or pencil sketch. And here's a couple people at the bottom of the falls to give you an idea of scale. These waterfalls are significant. This one's 65 feet high. There's a video where you can see the waterfalls working. I'll click that momentarily, get a feel for that. You can check that out at your leisure. Here's another video that gives you a full run up and down the valley. We'll take a look at that real quickly. So we'll give you a run right through here's the driveway entry. The easement runs up through these trees here. The driveway, the barn's on the left, house here, lower falls here. As long as the property owners have owned this since 1960, the house has never flooded. The water runs right through this gorge. It runs right past the house. The upper falls are through here. You can actually see the upper falls from the house through these trees right here. Yep, and they're very nicely manicured grounds, and it looks straight up there. You could build a gazebo out here; would be a nice place to put it. There were paths and stairs going up to the gorge back, 70, 80 years ago. You could rebuild those if you wished. And actually, that's a short fly through. There's a longer one farther down, and you can see, you can see the upper falls right here, and you can see that right through from the house. Here's just a quick video of the waterfalls, and this is a very long. I think this is a 9-minute fly around of the property. You can take a look at that, and there you have it. My name is Mike Franklin. You can read about me in the About page. And you can read about Mike DeRosa, who was working on it with me. We do have another listings tab. You can check that out, where we have another mill that's for sale. It's got some cascading waterfalls, very unique property, on a National Register of Historic Places. We have a lighthouse for sale over by Rochester, magnificent. The Mackenzie Childs Yankee Fair is down in the New York area. It could be a great bed and breakfast facility, Airbnb type of a thing. This is a historic hotel for sale in Fairhaven up on Lake Ontario. Luxury residential up in Sodus Bay. A very unbelievably good condition 1905 Colonial. It's like in brand new condition. It's magnificent. The J.P. Morgan Great Camp is in contract at this point, and you can see other unique properties at upstatemansions.com and at franklinrutan.com. I will go back to the waterfall property, and again, if you have any questions, you can call me, Mike Franklin, at 315-876-2262.